Today, I have the pleasure of being here with Jummy, the founder and owner of PoshedUp Hair. With no further ado, I want to introduce you because we have tons to talk about. Hi, Jummy. How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you doing?
I'm doing really well. I'm super excited to have you here. And I desperately want to know all about your business. So, where do we start? Tell me about your business.
Is a business that where we sell hair extensions, wigs, and eyelashes. I definitely opened this business to help enhance women's beauty. This is a business that I thought about it for 2 years before actually launching. So a lot of hard work and research and testing and trial and error went into this business. But we've had great support so far since we've been almost a year ago, and we opened during the pandemic. But yeah, people still want to look cute, get their hair done, have their lashes, go to, I don't know, just be looking cute during the pandemic. So we've had a great response so far.
Amazing. So can you then tell me, where can people find you? How do they find you? How do they shop?
Yeah, so we're a fully e-commerce business. You can find us at posheduphair.com. We're also on Instagram at posheduphair.com, where we respond to DMs, or you can email us also at info@posheduphair.com as well. But we're completely online.
Let's get into a little bit more of what you actually carry.
Yeah. So we carry both virgin and Indian raw hair. So when you say raw hair, this is from a single donor. This is not mixed with synthetic and human hair. This is completely raw hair. So it is a little bit on the higher end of the price scale. But this is hair that, when you get it professionally dyed, it actually takes color. This is hair that you could put heat on it. It won't damage. We do say, especially with our curly textures, to be a little bit more gentle, because it does act like naturally curly hair, which you need to be a little bit more careful with when it comes to straightening it or changing the texture. So it's high quality hair bundles that last you more than one install. You can change color. We're always about being bold, trying different colors. Obviously, if you aren't comfortable with bleaching and coloring, strictly recommend just hiring a professional colorist. And if you're not into bold colors, that's cool too. Like me, my hair is naturally black. I usually like to keep black, but I wear wigs when I want to wear a bright pink color or a red. And we also carry a lash line, both very dramatic for people who, again, like to be bold, like to be out there, and also more subtle lash line for people that just want a little bit more of a natural look, something to go for work every day. And just, we have everything for people that want to be either really bold or just really subtle. PoshedUp Hair is my baby, and I'm just glad for the positive response that I've had so far with it.
I can completely understand. Sometimes you just have to follow your passion. And if your passion is hair and making other people more confident, then kudos to you. I love that.
Well, thank you so much.
Can you walk me through something? Despite what you see today, typically I wear my hair natural.
Yeah.
So I haven't really got many wigs at all, or
Yeah.
I don't have much experience with perhaps hiring someone to make me something custom. So I really want you to give me a moment of what it would be like if I were to contact you for your services, because I have zero clue
Yeah.
what I'm doing. So for me, really and truly, I just did braids because I was tired of doing my hair in COVID. But other than that, I wear my hair in a short little curly transition bob from cutting it off. So I'm now gonna come to you. What do we do? Talk to me.
Yeah, for someone like that, where we have customers that have never had any experience with wigs, they're iffy about it because they're like, oh, I don't want to look like a helmet head, or one of the typical grandma wigs. So for you, I would definitely recommend one of our closure wigs and give you the helmet head look that we're used to in the past. I mean, it's something that you could easily pop on and pop off. Like, not it's not one of like a frontal wig where you need like maybe a professional hairdresser to lay it down, lay the edges down. I definitely would not recommend that for a beginner wig because that does take time and practice. So I would definitely recommend that for a beginner, and that's something that we do offer on our website. Okay, so with us, like we provide like pre-made wigs. So I work closely with the manufacturer that will pre-made custom wigs. They
Got
don't, so we don't offer coloring services because that could get a little bit tricky. I know people are very specific with that. So again, that's why we would offer, like, if you know a hairstylist that you trust that is really good with color, we'd recommend you, if after you purchase our wig, giving it to them to dye it to the color that you desire. But we do offer customized wigs if you want it like a bob length, if you just want it straight, body wave, curly, we do offer that customization for you. And that's something you can wear like a middle part, a side part if you choose so. And that's something that I think that'd be easy for them to just dip their toes into the whole wig and extension world.
Okay, well, it's great to learn a little bit more about what you do. For someone like me that doesn't know much about wigs, extensions, anything, can we do Wig 101? Can you tell me what people should know that typically they don't?
Yeah, one thing I think a lot of people need to know when it comes to wig is that it's an investment. So it's something you want it to be something that like you could wear multiple times, you know. It's not something that is just like our typical synthetic wigs that you may see at the beauty supply store where it's good maybe one, two, three times, and then it starts to get a little looking on the fake side. So when it comes to our human hair wigs, it's something that you need to remember that is an investment, and it's something that we say that with the proper care, it can last you a few years. So we definitely, when you buy our wigs, we also leave you with a little take-home take care kit of how to properly wash the wigs and also our extensions as well. And we do recommend using like a mannequin or a wig head to store your wigs, not to just like toss it anywhere. I know sometimes like after work you just want to like quickly get everything off, but like that's something we recommend to put on a wig and to wash it preferably once a week. But I know with people's schedules that's usually not possible. So at least I would say on a monthly basis if you can, to give it a good wash. And like we're here too as well to recommend like certain products to use. When it comes to washing hair, like definitely sulfates, we recommend against that because that could tend to dry the hair. It is an investment. And if you want it to last multiple wears and a long time, and also, you know, if you want it to actually be dyed to the desired color that you want, you will have to invest in hair.
Absolutely. How do you know that you're getting a good quality wig?
So with us, what we do on our back end, with all our bundles, we've always tested out the quality. So how I do it is I do a color test. So I'll like bleach just a part of it. Like I usually order samples every a couple of months just to make sure that, you know, my quality is up to par. I work very close with the manufacturer. We have a long like relationship, so I do trust them, but it doesn't hurt to always test randomly. And what I do a bleach test just to see if the hair takes color and how long it takes color. So I'll get like a 1B color bundle and I'll bleach it to see, okay, if it's gonna go to like a 613, which is a blonde shade. And if it does, perfect. If it doesn't or it takes a little longer, that's an issue for me. With my manufacturer, I've never had an issue with that. But in the beginning of starting PoshedUp Hair, I ordered samples from different manufacturers because I feel like I shouldn't only have one to rely on, especially during COVID and with shipping times. Shipping times was a mess during COVID with a lot of manufacturers and they're delayed. So I had a few that I'm like, okay, let me test out. And there's definitely some that are, you know, not up to par that say they're quality and they're not. And I think that's some of the concerns of the customers that I've received before, where they're a little bit skeptical at first because they've ordered hair online in the past and it wasn't true to what they were promised.
My very last question is, when someone orders a wig through you, what should they expect? What's the process like?
Well, when someone orders from PoshedUp Hair, firstly, I'm the one that's answering the questions, processing the orders, making sure that everything is in stock and ready to go. and inspecting the order as well. So it's a one-woman show over here. But definitely, I typically would look through the order, double checking on my end, making sure the address is okay. There's no any red flags. If there are red flags in the address, I always either DM or email the customer, letting you know, hey, you may have forgotten your apartment number. And with that, I usually, when it comes to like bundles or wigs, we always wash our bundles. We usually wash it with a conditioner. And on our website too, we've listed what conditioner we prefer. If you can't find it on our website, you can send us a DM or an email as well. And so usually I'll wait for that to dry, and then I will package the order in these satin bags so it doesn't get frizzy as well. And it's something that to keep when you're done with your bundles, you can keep it in the satin bags. And we also make sure to include a little card for like a take-home maintenance care for your bundle or wig. And if you're ordering a wig, I add an additional like a wig cap there. So on the order online, you either could choose no wig cap, a brown wig cap, or a beige color wig cap. I notice a lot of hair companies, they typically just offer beige, but for people who are darker skin, a brown is more suitable. So I offer that as well. And usually you get your tracking number within probably up to 7 business days, because wigs, especially, they are custom made. So it does take a little bit more time for the wigs. When it comes to the bundles, it's about 3 to 4 business days before you get your tracking number. So there is a bit of a few processing days in between. But we ship from Toronto, and we typically use UPS, so you're guaranteed to get your package. And yeah, people could reach us out via DM or by email as well. And then another thing I just really wanted to add was that every order, a portion of the sales go to an organization here in Toronto called Black Women in Motion. So that's something that's really important to me, and I felt like it's a way for me to give back as well.
Can you tell me about that a little bit?
Yeah, so Black Women in Motion, it's a youth-led organization that helps Black women and supports Black women, and also supports Black women who are dealing with sexual violence. Mm. It's an organization that before PoshedUp Hair, I hadn't really heard much about it, but I did a bit of research. I remember I contacted the CEO just to let her know, hey, I'm thinking of, putting your guys' name on our website to let people know a portion of sales go to your organization. She was completely fine with it. She loved the idea. And I just felt like I wanted it to be an organization that represented Black women specifically, because that is the majority of my clients that order. And I thought it was cool that it was youth-led. I thought that was very important, and that it was located in Toronto.
I love that. Thank you so much for doing that. Always look at her website, check her out, give her a phone call if need be, but like, comment, and share. Most importantly, support local. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
My pleasure.